evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all between. Jason, my brother, how you doing? We'll have our guest Dave Helwig on in just a moment.
Yeah, I'm great, man. How you doing?
Good man. How's your week?
It was the usual. We got through it. Um, I wish I could say exciting things happen, but really, it's always just sleeping a couple hours and working.
Yeah.
The steering wheel business. So
So I was hysterically laughing today in a bathroom.
really,
Yes.
what happened?
Well, normally I'm a home pooper, Jason.
Well, we all try to do that when we can. That's the best case scenario.
Well, I got colitis and I'm going to be 55 next week. So
Sometimes
Hey.
things happen.
So I'm on the throne, right?
Right. In
Dude,
public. So it's in public, right?
Well, no, I'm actually in a bathroom. I'm not shitting outside like a fucking.
Oh, you weren't outside. Okay. All right. Well, you big city folk.
Yeah. Or
And
like
your standards.
Anyway, I started laughing because Mississippi Queen started playing over the fucking speakers, and I had to air drum it.
Nice.
On the throne.
Cowbell. Nice. You thought of me.
For people who don't know, that's Jason's favorite song, so that's why that's.
Yeah, it's my Desert Island song. I got many favorites, but like if there could only be one,
Right.
I could do just fine with that.
Yeah,
it ticks all the boxes.
Killer guitar riffs, And speaking of killer guitar riffs,
Today,
ladies and gentlemen, all between, we have the fantastic Mr. David Helwig. What's up, dude?
Hey guys, how you doing, man?
Great.
Good.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, when we came across you doing tunage, and like every time we love something, we always say in the video, because like 90% of the artists check it out what we do. And we never shit on anything because like we only play stuff that we like.
That's it. Yeah.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Like we want to share the good stuff that we find,
Mm-hmm.
And so it was cool. Yeah.
Right on. That's wicked. Well, thanks for that was an interesting introduction on your show there.
Yeah, well, hey, you never know what you're gonna get,
No.
So I knew what he meant by public. So you weren't at home, is what you were saying.
Yeah.
You were air.
I was at the restaurant and I was air drumming on the toilet to Mississippi Queen.
And now the whole world knows it.
Let me guess. Let me guess. What is it? Was it a Denny's?
No, it was our sponsor, Giordano's of Downers Grove.
Oh, I'll have to check that out when I'm in your state.
Absolutely, yeah, man. Come on in for some food.
The old Chicago style pizza,
Absolutely.
Oh, gotta love that. I'm an eater.
Right? Yeah, Giordano's Downers Grove. Get stuffed.
Nice. Get stuffed.
Yeah, they used to have this commercial out here, and I was that guy. Bring in your TV, get cash. Bring in your computer, get cash. Come down to the blah 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 pawn shop. We buy gold,
We buy gold. But wait, no, sorry.
Yeah, wait.
I used to do music. Believe it or not, I used to do music for infomercials. Yes.
Yeah, nice.
That's a great gig.
Yeah, it was a great gig while it lasted. It really was. I remember I was waking up one Sunday morning. I go, wait, I know that song. I look and I open my eye and open both eyes eventually. And then also I go, Rizzo for golf. I did that commercial. No, it was GPS for golf. Whatever it was. So that was great. So I'm familiar with the order now. But wait, there's more, and you got to make it a little more faster music.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's fun times.
Due to legal restrictions, you're not allowed to.
Yeah. God, that's annoying. But it's entertaining to listen to, though. That's the fun.
Yeah.
Thing.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, by the way, when they say we're so confident in our product, we'll give you 30 days. That's the law, by the way. They have to. So,
right.
It's not
a confidence thing at all. Yeah.
You'll not get one. You'll get two.
Yeah.
Two.
One thing that's great about they know how to spin stuff. I'll tell you that right now.
Right.
So anyway.
2 custom picture frame scrubbers. Yeah.
Scrubbers.
Nice.
That's amazing, the amount of stuff that people. And it's funny. Like, remember growing up, we used to make. It's if the people like did shopping by mail, they'd kind of get like You know what I mean? They go, what do you shop by mail? Who shops by mail?
I know.
Always a
Now-
lady like get like polyester pants and like crosswords and like
polyester pants.
Now who goes to the store?
Shop by mail. Now everything's Amazon.
Right.
Unbelievable. So speaking of updating, so I'm a big blues guy, and so it's nice to find when I found your tune, man. Greg on the drums, Chicago horn section. Dude, you couldn't ask for anything more, and you kept it short and sweet at 2:31.
Yeah, that's because I'm lazy writing lyrics. I just want to No.
You heard it here first, folks.
Hey, man, it works,
It works. It's like, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to write any more lyrics. Perfect. 3 verses. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
It'd be like, some blabbermouth line. Now it'll be on the internet. Dave Helwig's lazy.
Yeah, that's all right. Go ahead. I am lazy. It's fine. All right. No, I do have a lot of longer songs. I just happen to, I was raised on pop music, pop blues. So it's like, I know it sounds like a contradiction of terms, pop blues, but there is such a thing.
Yeah.
And so it's just, I don't know. I just write that way. It's just the way I write. So.
Oh yeah. Hey.
And besides, it's a mystical number. It's 222. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know if that means anything. Now we're going to get a bunch of numerology.
Somebody knows.
Yeah.
Somebody knows.
Roger.
But that's also on the other song, too.
All of a sudden, they're like 222.
They're
summoning.
Oh, great. Wait, don't do that because now I'm going to be waiting at the sliding glass door tonight. I'm going to hear a knock.
He's summoning the Greys. 222.
Summoning the Greys. Well, no, but that's the other song, On My Way Back Home, which is kind of fitting, isn't it? Ooh, okay, we're not going to do it.
Nice.
Well, you'll have to do a song called Summoning the Greys now. That sounds like a song.
No, that scares me too much, but I might. That is a good one. Summoning the Greys.
Right.
That's more of a blues.
Summoning the Blues, right? There you go.
Summoning the Greys, baby. Summoning, baby, the Greys. Oh, did it blow out a channel there? Did you see that? It was kind of puffed in. I don't know, whatever.
Oh, well, it was the alien going up on the.
Oh, okay. I see. He digs.
Yeah, he works for us.
He was doing horns up.
Yeah,
oh, absolutely.
He works cheap.
Yeah, he does. But doesn't eat much. The aliens are alive, and it's an ongoing thing with the show, basically.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Well, we have a movie idea.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Here, we'll just tease you with this. V meets the aliens. He was the last thing they expected.
So you know how usually you hear all these stories about people being abducted and they get probed and
that's why I'm so scared.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they might get it tables turned on them. You know what I mean? So
especially with Z over there.
Yeah, so my character wakes up mid-implant and takes revenge and chases them off planet.
They never want to come back after he gets done with them.
Hey, see, you're fixing the problem. It's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Well, you do know the CIA is going to contact you now. So
yeah, right. You're working for us,
What's
kid.
That? Yeah, no, he didn't just.
He's already on it.
Where's my tinfoil hat?
Right.
But yeah.
Wait,
so
how that remind me of who was that? Papa Chubby has one. Tinfoil hat. That album he came out with. Just popped in my head when you said that.
Papa Chubby. Yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah.
And Saxon just released There's Something in Roswell, which is a really rocking tune.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's interesting with all this talk of this UAPs and all that kind of. What's your kind of view on it as an observer?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if it was a general. Okay, so what is my maybe, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I mean, you can't discount it, right? Because
who knows?
The way they presented it with all the what was that guy, Zacharias Stitchin and all those guys came up with
right.
Like, okay, well, but I don't know. I tend to think it's more government experiments personally.
Right. That's
I do. I mean, because I remember as a kid actually seeing some of these alien crafts. And I looked it up in a book and I go, wow, they're there. And I'm thinking, you know what? Those are government just experimenting. And what better way to digress people's attention and say, yeah, UFOs, you know?
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, not me, not me.
Which they're not lying. All UFO means is unidentified flying object, right? So
Right. Absolutely.
they're not lying. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on it because I don't know. That just is.
It's just interesting, like when it comes out, like all this stuff's like, oh, there's this going on, this many people died, this what happened, this blah blah blah. And there's like, oh, and aliens. Everyone's like, yeah, okay, good.
Yeah. Now, did you ever notice nobody's got any real footage nowadays, and everybody's got a cell phone?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, back in the day, it was always these blurry things, ooh, all mystical. Now it's like, well, I don't see anything now. You know,
Right.
Yeah, the camera gets drunk. You know.
Yeah, the camera gets drunk.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, they just do the just put a little spell on it. Okay, so how did it come about with you having Greg record with you? Greg Bissonette.
Well, V, I'm glad you asked.
Well, thanks, Dave.
But wait, this product.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No. Well, it was great because I actually had a couple drummers aligned to do the session. I had Polo Jones on bass. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but amazing bass player, great friend of mine, brother from another mother, plays with Zucchero. Zucchero is like a huge Italian star, and he's done work with Clapton, everybody. Polo Jones is just amazing, great friend of mine. So what I did was I put a session together with a perfect drum track that was a click track, basically. And I had, since Polo was on tour, and I said, well, I want these guys on it. I go, okay, here's what I'm going to do. So I I actually pieced it together. It wasn't live all at once. Mm-hmm. And then there was supposed to be another drummer, and then it was taking so long with that drummer. Great drummer too. It's just, and then the engineer, Tom Weir, goes, hey, you want Greg Bissonette? And I go, oh, I don't know. Let me think about it. Yes. And so he called Greg Bissonette up, and Greg came by the studio. He heard it and he loved it. And I thought, okay, of course he's going to say that, but he meant it. He's like, no. And he goes, let me get your number. So we kind of established a relationship. He's a great guy. Like I said, he was really into it. It wasn't just him doing a job, you know?
Right.
And that guy is so good. So that's how I came about with it was from Tom Weir at Studio City Sound. I'm doing plugs here. Studio City Sound in Studio City.
Absolutely. Yeah. Greg is so fun to watch play, man. Like,
the guy's phenomenal. He'll sit there and listen to a song. I'm not kidding. Chart it down and go nail it. That's what he does. I mean, seriously, he's really that good. There's a reason why he's Greg Bissonette, you know? There's a reason why he's Ringo.
So, for sure. Yeah, and I just saw them about 6 weeks ago here in Chicago. So.
Oh, nice.
Very good, very good. And, you know, for those people who don't know, like, Greg's kind of like Ringo's band leader. He keeps everything kind of moving forward and stuff. And what better glue to have, you know?
Right? Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, he's just amazing and everything, you know. And most people, you know, only know him from the rock side. So he does stuff.
He's in a big band and all kinds of great jazz, as you know.
Right.
You mentioned earlier. Yeah, that's great. Great guy.
So how long did it take you to record that tune?
You know, I wrote that song a long time ago, so I had a pure vision of what I wanted.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was, you know, it's about having a bad day, right? So I was just going, mother, every freaking time, you know, you're waiting on the phone for 45 minutes. Someone finally comes on, then it cuts out. It's one of those days, you know, I'm like, really? Right. So I'm sitting there walking. I go, it's one of those days I can't do nothing. Right? I go, you know, that's a good song. So I just wrote the song right then and there. And I came up with the and I go, God, that song needs horns. That's what I hear on that, you know?
Right.
And finally, years and years later, probably 5 years later, I was able to get it with the horns and stuff. And so I had Rick Feliciano do the horn arrangements, and he's great. I mean, the guy's top notch. I mean, he's worked with I don't know, let's see, John Lee Hooker Jr. I think he did Billy Joel's some of his work. He's just a great player and a great guy. And so I needed him. I wanted him to. I said, would you do me a favor after writing the track? Can you come down to LA and help, you know, guide the rest of the horn section? Because I mean, I could have done it, but you know, I'm not a horn guy, right? So I wanted someone to do it, and fabulous job. They just nailed me. All had so much fun, and just hearing it come to fruition, you know, with all the horns, God, I was like so happy.
Like cherry on top, right? You know, I mean, yeah, for sure.
You know, I grew up with you know, my dad was a big jazz head, and so always, you know, big band, swing. You know, then there was the you know, what was his name? Eddie Arnold, like that kind of shit. You know,
Right?
yeah. But
yeah, well, it's funny because Bill Churchville was on trumpet, and Terry Landry was on tenor and baritone sax, and all those guys had worked with, you know, I don't know what's Elton John and Tony Bennett, so they have some track record. So they were able to nail it. It was just so.
The horns are fucking beautiful, man.
Yeah. To me, it's the glue that actually amalgamated the song, just so you know, flowed. So
yeah,
it's funny because I've brought up your music in front of 5 people, and each time they say the same thing. Fuck yeah, horns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think horns are missing in today's music, but that's what I was like, you know.
Well, you gave Rick a really great compliment. You said Chicago, and that's one of his biggest influences. So you really complimented him on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Chicago's, I mean, their horn section is just, you know.
Oh, love it. Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of nowadays too. Anything goes, you know, it doesn't matter. If it fits the song and it sounds good, who cares? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So I just needed horns in that. I don't really have horns on everything, but I guess I'm gonna have to start adding them to my shows, you know? Which is fine. I love it. It's just, you know, bigger budget.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, Joe pulled it off.
Right.
He started out as a 3-piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so Ronnie Montrose.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about that, sir.
That was kind of surreal because, you know, obviously I'm a Montrose fan, right?
Right.
I grew up listening to him. So who doesn't know, what kid in our age range, you know, of 27 that we are.
Exactly.
Hadn't listened to Rock Candy, wasn't their favorite rock song. Well, aside from that one. That one was my main focus, but then here comes Montrose with Rock Candy. I'm like, wait a minute, this is awesome. And then Bad Motor Scooter and Make It Last, all great songs. Next thing you know, I'm sitting there on stage singing with it. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. So I was stoked. So what happened was he just had beat cancer. He just had beat it, and he was stoked. And he was endorsed by Baker Guitars, and so was I at the time. And it was between Baker and Kurzweil Entertainment. And they said, hey, man, you know, can you sing with Montrose? And I said, yeah. And so I sang with him at the Bonamy Brew in Atascadero, and then it was the Majestic Theater in Santa Barbara. So it was a little short stint, but it was great. It was just him coming back into the scene, and it was really an honor to be a part of it. It was really cool.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, total legend, man.
Oh yeah, and he's a nice guy too. He really was.
I mean, when he was alive, he was underrated, and I think now he's become more respected in hindsight because people realized how good he was. You know.
Yeah, you know what's funny about being underrated? That's what peeves me about the industry, because all the guitar players knew, but he didn't. He didn't get all the magazine. You know what I mean? He just didn't get a lot of stuff. He should have.
I mean, like general public, not like musicians.
Right. No, I know what you meant. Yeah, no, I know what you meant. But it's just a pet peeve of mine, like that band Fanny. You know?
Yeah.
You ever heard of? They were so good, and I'm like, wait a minute, you mean because they were women in the business, they didn't get pushed? I was like, come on.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they were a really great band. So yeah, a lot of people didn't get their due, you know, but they should.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. That wasn't Rock Candy. Montrose was a pretty big band, though. I mean, they did.
Oh yeah.
They were huge.
Yeah. So they kind of did.
Produced by Ted Templeman.
Yeah.
So it just made sense that eventually with Sammy. Anyway, but Pat Travers band.
That was fun. I played, that was Cuesta Auditorium in Central Coast of California. And I opened the show, and then I got up on stage with them. And we did a guitar battle back and forth, a card duel. It was so fun. We did Born Under a Bad Sign, and we just ripped back and forth. It was a blast. Yeah, it was great.
Awesome.
Another guy. I mean, I listened to Cal Jam too, and I loved his stuff too. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So it was so fun, you know. It was a blast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, back when me and Jason were going to college, Pat Travers would play like once or twice a month on the Strip, and I probably saw him like 10 times
Yeah.
in like a year, you know.
Yeah.
But what a fun show he always puts on, you know.
Oh yeah, he's a great musician, great guy. I love his stuff. His blues stuff's amazing. The stuff he did on Blues, what's that? Blues Bureau Records, I think it was. But he did some really great blues stuff too. So I don't know if you've heard that, but it's really good. Yeah, really good actually.
All right, so how did the musical journey bite you?
What got you started?
Yeah, what was the infection point?
Well, when I was younger, no. Let's see. So, okay, let me think about this. Well, musical family, kind of. You know, a lot of us played music in here, and so I was a big Elvis Presley fan. A big,
nice.
Yeah, it was Elvis. It was all the big band stuff like Dean Martin and Doris Day. Believe it or not, yes, that's right, Doris Day.
Yeah.
And they're all great stuff.
Our house too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that stuff. And then one day, I forget what age, maybe 9. My brother, being older than me, goes, Led Zeppelin. I'm like, okay, Led Zeppelin. So I started getting into Zeppelin. So I played the guitar and I sang. So I started emulating the Zeppelin thing. In fact, I toured doing Zeppelin, just having a lot of fun with that. And then just kept progressing. And then my brother saw that I was actually going to do this for a living and gave me his guitar. So that was awesome. Yeah, that's the 76 Les Paul we were talking about.
Yeah.
Back there.
That's the one that's
Yeah.
Nice.
So
nice.
yeah, that was, it's got a tone that I take it into Guitar Center sometimes to compare amps, and they just gather around and go, wait, that's a 76 Pancake.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. It's just got a tone that you can't, you know, and I'm so used to it. I've been playing it since I was 13 years old. So it's like, you know,
Yeah.
So.
It's like an old pair of shoes at this point, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to keep that thing handcuffed to you when you go on the road.
Well, I'm debating if I should even take it on the road because we're actually switching planes, and it's European. It's Europe this time. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure if I'm going to actually take that guitar, because in the transfer, people are like, yeah, you got to be really careful in the transfer, you know? So I'm debating, because it's not, people will insure it. I go, that doesn't matter. I don't care about the money. Yeah, it's worth a little bit of money, but so what? You know, that's not the point.
Right. And they get lost too, man. You hear the stories all the time, you know.
Oh yeah, it comes 2 weeks later after the tour.
Yeah.
Totally.
So you don't need that.
Yeah.
So when's the tour kicking off, Dave?
March 12th. We are leaving March 12th. We're going to start out in Belgium.
Well, that's my birthday. It's going to be good luck for you then.
God bless you, sir. Nice. Yeah, we're starting off March. Well, we're getting on the plane March 12th. Our first tour date is actually 14th, and that's we start off in Belgium. I think Roeselare or something like Roeselare. And then we go to the Netherlands, then Germany, then Switzerland, and I think back and forth. Just go to davehelwig.com, because I don't even have the thing memorized. And look at he's flashing it up right now. Helwig.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I have to give a shout out to the band, because I got Patrick Flynn on drums, great drummer. He's helping support this tour. And I've got I've got Gary Steinman on bass, and he actually connected me to the agent, which was great. He goes, yeah, I went on tour like 10 years ago. And I go, really? I go, hook me up with the agent. The agent heard the stuff, and he goes, when can you tour? It was that quick. I'm like, thank you, God.
Yeah. Awesome.
There you go. Yeah, so that was awesome. Yeah. So that came quick. And then, so now after this tour, I'm going to try to go into the studio as soon as possible and finish the album. And I'll probably get Greg again too, because I love Greg. He's such a great player and a great guy. Yeah. And, but you know, I just think having more than just 2 songs is obviously great, obviously. But then I'm going to do an acoustic CD, believe it or not, just because I need to keep working as much as possible. And so, just to tour on acoustic gigs too is fine with me, you know. So
now with that, you would just you and the guitar, and
just me and the guitar playing anywhere that'll have me, basically.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's a cool thing, though. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's how I get work. I do weird stuff. Like I'll be driving around. Like I was in backwoods, some area in I can't remember the area now. Somewhere near Nevada, And I was driving and I go, oh, look at that cool club. That looks fun. And I walked up there and I showed him the stuff. And he goes, yeah, when do you want to play here? I said, cool. Thank you.
Nice.
So, got an acoustic right there. You got to create work where there's no work. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that's cool that people can do that now. They can have 3 different setups.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think for me right now, it's absolute necessity anyway, just, financially. But, and plus I love doing it. I just love playing. People ask me the money. I don't focus on the money.
Yeah.
I know this sounds cornball and cheesy, but it's all about the connection for me. It really is. I love connecting with people. That's what got me into music. In fact, just for your seminar fans over there.
That's right. Tell us about it, Dave.
I took a quick Tony Robbins test, and he said connection was one of my biggest values.
Nice. Hey, Tony knows too, man.
And that's no lie. Yeah.
No, so I'm very thankful to our creator, honestly, that I'm able to do this for a living. Right. I know it's extremely hard, and there's so many great people out there. You know what I mean? Seriously, there's so much talent. I mean, it's like, so you kind of have to be a go-getter. When I did the stuff with Journey, I don't know if you read that on the resume or not, or the bio. I did a little EP with Ross Valerie and Prairie Prince from the Tubes and stuff, and that. So we had a connection to the tour manager, and he goes, yeah, I could probably get you Ross, but back in the day, there was a thing called Barry, a music magazine, BAM magazine. Yeah. And so I got interviewed, and I said, yeah, I'm doing stuff with Journey and the Tunes. And Ross Valerie called my manager and goes, we have yet to talk.
Nice.
He didn't even hear about it. I was like, oh, great. So he heard the song and he said, I'll do it. I'm like, cool. So I'm thankful for that. I know.
Nice.
Pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw the Tubes in 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. Great America.
10 years ago?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, at least.
Give or take 40 years, No. Yeah, that's Oingo Boingo, I Want Candy.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. Who did I Want Candy? Who was that?
Wow.
That's right. Yeah. That's another band now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you'd get the seasons pass, to the amusement park, and they had the music videos playing, and so everyone would gather in the tent with the Motley Crue and all those guys came out, and then it infected all of us, and
right.
It did. I'm guilty of wearing the stretch jeans. I did it. Never the eyeliner and the whole nine. I never did the spandex, and I think that's because I was such a Zepp head that if it wasn't Zeppelin, it was more. I was more into the '70s music than it was the '80s turnover.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't do spandex, but I did leather pants.
Yeah, leather pants are cool.
Yeah.
We all did.
Right.
I love it. I don't think it's bad. Like, people were embarrassed of it. I think it was just that was an era. So what?
It was time, man.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact, a lot of people are doing it now. The kids are doing it now. They're wearing spandex.
Yeah. And that's something cool. Like, when I've been in this search for new music, the fun's coming back in music.
Yeah.
Like, the fun was gone for a while. It was everything just, it was like, like you're eating the same pie, you know what I mean? Like, there's just everyone blended together and everything,
Oh, yeah. Well, that's, again, that's record company cookie cutter. Oh, this sold, so let's cut this out and make more of it. That's all that was. Yeah. Labels. Listen, we're in a really good time in the music industry, in my opinion. A lot of people say, oh, I think we're in the best time because I can make my own way by getting out there. I can get as more work than I don't have a gatekeeper telling me what I can and cannot do, you know? So I think we're in a great time.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
The tools are there now to do it.
Yeah. And it's given everybody a shot, Yeah. It's given everybody a shot. You got Joanna Connor, who's now 65, and she's ripping and doing great. Like a couple million views, right? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're in a great time, actually, personally, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, but
and then you get to be on cool podcasts like this.
Hey. Well, you know,
right, Dave.
I was gonna say too, the technology now too. I mean, even just things like this.
Yeah.
You know, years ago we wouldn't have had this. A couple of old washed up geniuses like us wouldn't have had this available to us.
Yeah,
you know.
You guys are horrible on yourselves. That's funny.
That's us. But yeah, I think that is the funniest thing in the world.
Someone actually said that to you in a comment.
Yeah.
That's
how
yeah. Like there, and it was about like the Sammy Hagar, David Lee Roth, argument, whatever, blah blah.
Yeah.
They totally misquoted me or whatever, and I guess a few people went after him, and he removed it because we didn't. Well, I think that's funny. You know?
Somebody else called us a pair of old biddies one time too. I think was
who did?
Some troll. Yeah.
A couple old biddies.
Yeah. And then they said one time, just what the internet needs, 2 more old drunk guys.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, little do they know I also was on 60 milligrams of edibles.
Joke's on them.
I forgot to mention.
I don't limit it to just booze.
Did I forget to mention?
Well, that's one thing about the internet, man. It's like you got armchair warriors, and it's like they would say that to you. You know what I mean? Come on.
Oh no.
It's like,
no. Yeah. And, we have very few that do it, but we just
Oh, we love it though. I don't get mad. I think it's
we're from a time when like it, I'm not your friend if I'm not giving you shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like
I told Vince, I said, I guess we made it, man. We got haters now, so
yeah.
Right? Yeah. Well, that is, there's some truth to that actually. You get big enough. Oh my God, which I gotta bring this up because I thought it was so funny. So Joe Bonamassa, I'm a big fan of his, and I know you guys are too. I saw that on the one of your podcasts. Oh, yeah. And some guy wrote, he goes, hey man, Joe, you need to expand. You're doing just pentatonic scales. You want to expand your scales. So Joe's response, classic. I laughed. So he goes, do you give lessons?
Oh yeah.
That had to be the best comeback.
Yeah. Bonamassa needs to expand his repertoire. Come on. I mean, like how do they even some guy in his living room's telling Bonamassa you giving him career advice. Seriously?
Yeah.
Do they not even realize how stupid they sound,
No, that's why it's hilarious. And I went, and of course I was curious to look up his site because that's what you do, right? And he's kind of like a beginner dude anyway, so, or at least I thought he was. He wasn't, but whatever. The point, it's just hilarious that stuff people say. Yeah. And to me, man, I became even a bigger fan of Joe's when I saw him on interviews and how cool and how he helps people and stuff. I go, that guy's a great guy, man.
Oh, Yeah, we're huge fans of Joe's. Like
I worked with him when he was 15. We recorded him when he was in Bloodline. That's the first time I met him then.
Oh, he's got, not to interrupt you, but he's got some freaking awesome solos on that freaking stuff. I mean, not that he doesn't now, because he does, obviously.
Right.
Now it's just more, a little older and more seasoned. But man, he's just, I heard that probably 6 months ago, and I go, man, that is so good. I had never heard that before.
Yeah, he's our most covered artist. Is Joe?
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
he's
nice.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah. Oh no, the guy.
Boom. After I mean, holy crap! Anyone who gives this guy gruff is just a fucking idiot.
Moron.
Yeah, they don't know. But
I'm like, dude, he records an album every quarter. He's like out there with a different band doing this. Then he's in a that's awesome.
No, he's great. My favorite song of his, believe it or not, is "Just Because You Can Doesn't Mean You Should."
Yeah,
I just love, and it's got horns in it. You guys gotta love that song.
Yeah,
we covered that one.
Did you really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he on that one solo, the one, it's all taste. He just what he's supposed to do. Then all of a sudden, in the middle, he does a freaking rip it. I'm like, nice.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And he's been able to figure out the music business successfully as it changed over.
Oh, he's killing it. Yeah,
absolutely. And not only that, he's really cool. Like I said, I saw one interview where he said, if you have any questions, ask me, I'll tell you. And he means it. I know he does.
Yeah.
You can probably get a hold through email and say, hey man, how can I do
what
this?
Should I do?
He'll probably
Yeah.
do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's got Roy Wiseman as manager, right? That was Frank Sinatra's management company before. So he's got a good team behind him for sure.
Yeah.
And then obviously Shirley too. What's his first name?
Kevin Shirley.
Caveman. Yeah, I mean, come on. You know, all those guys. So
yeah. Oh yeah, he's got it dialed in for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, so where are you gonna? What does 2024 look for you? What's 2024 looking like for you?
Well, after the tour, like I said, I want to get back in the studio. I am working on a deal right now. I started Zoe Tree Records, and it looks like I have a pretty good investor for that, which would be great. And it looks like 99% fruition for sure. It's just going to take a little time, but that'll give me enough to where I can get a distributor, a nice distributor, you know, and just you know, instead of using DistroKid or something, I can go to Sony or AWOL or someone a little bit bigger and get on their playlist, which really help, you know, with the getting it out there. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So for me, I just want to, my whole dream is this, man, touring, then coming home to my little farm with a piece of land and raise my chickens and make my beer.
Nice. Perfect.
Back and forth. Because I'm a people person, but I'm also like to meditate and pray and just get all, you know, oneness, love, and all that. So it's like I need that balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Instead of doing it out of a van, I hope to get a tour bus this time.
Yeah.
You know, so
when you get back from Europe, I mean, you got any plans to tour around the States or?
Yeah, I'm working on some bookings now. It's taken a lot. I was hoping to have some dates already, but I should have some in a couple weeks, hopefully. Okay. Yeah. And even if it's just me acoustically, like I said, but I think it's a great time because what I'd like to do, the band is going to be extremely tight, right? From all the tight. So I'm thinking of coming back and playing the States and then adding a horn section and doing it a little bit bigger, you know, with the horns and a E3 player and everything, you know, so
cool.
So because the band will be tight, get all the pros in there, just really put on it and videotape it and maybe live stream it with you guys. Who knows? You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you know, horns are just, you know, and you use horns correctly. You know, people have horns in their music a lot, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
you do it. You know, like
no, I love rock horns, man. I just love like Joe's not to bring up Joe Bonamassa again, but why not? I'm a fan.
Here we go.
His going down with all the horns in the back. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So good.
Bonamassa.
You know, it's just great. It's just tasty horns. Tasty horns are a big thing. It just adds to your budget.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
It adds to your budget. You know, people go, oh, it's only 3 people. It's like, well, then there's three more hotels, 3 more meals.
Oh, yeah, that's what people don't understand, you know.
Yeah.
All that shit's got to be paid for.
You got to find the pro bono horn players out there somewhere, you know.
What's that? I'm sorry. What's that?
I say you got to find some pro bono horn players, you know.
Yeah, right. Get some college kids. College kids just wanted the tour, be interns that get credit.
Right. Yeah.
I heard it. There was a band. I forget it. This famous dude. I forget who he was, which is probably better that I don't mention his name. He actually charged people to go on.
That's great.
That's kind of brilliant if you think about it. Well,
pay to play, right?
Well, it's going to cost you.
Right. Was that Chuck Berry?
No, it wasn't Chuck.
Okay.
Chuck did the typical, you better have a band for me, and if they're not good, I charge you more money. So
right.
that was his trip. Yeah. Which was another, and that's the beauty. See, I love having a band and the same guys all the time. It's just not feasible realistically, financially sometimes, you know. And so I do sing and play guitar and write. I figured, well, it's way better just to stay solo. You know, it really is. I'd love to have a permanent band under my name eventually. But
it'll come.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I just want to put everybody on a salary so they're happy and a little beeper. They don't have beepers anymore. That's hilarious. That technology looking back, isn't it? I mean, it's great. A beeper. You're like.
Oh, and I remember when I had my first one in the 90s, I thought I was like hot shit. You know what I mean? It was like, look at this on your belt. Look at that, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I know. What was it, 96 or 8?
Well, I know I look like a
Oh,
jack.
look, you've got the beeper with the gold chain thingy.
Yeah, I mean, you know what people thought, right? They thought you were
Yeah.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you were just like, yeah, hey. No, but that's funny.
Why does the guy with the hair down the middle of his back need a beeper? Are you a drug dealer? No,
Right.
not full time anyway.
They're like, he can't be a drug dealer with look at those worn out sneakers he's got on.
Oh, that's funny.
You know, look at those shoes.
Nice.
That's awesome. But no, I really do appreciate you guys having me on. It's so cool.
Thank you for coming on, man.
It's my pleasure, man. It's just it's great. Debbie Red brought it to my attention. She's a fellow musician. She did a search on my name, got horns up, and she goes, "Hey, do you know you're on this podcast?" I go, "No." Look, I'm like, "Yes, that's awesome." I mean, it's really cool to see someone digging your songs.
Yeah, yeah.
That was so cool. I was like stoked.
Cool.
So, yeah, thanks again.
Yeah, I didn't know how you ran across us. I thought maybe you just stumbled on it or something.
Yeah, no, someone brought it to my attention.
That's awesome.
Which I'm stoked on. But now people are bringing me stuff. They'll email me or they'll text me, "Hey, did you know you're on this magazine?" I go, "No, I had no idea." Seriously. It's really
it's a weird place, man.
No, I'm very thankful. I mean, I don't want to get religious on you, but I'm very thankful to God because it's like I believe everything's by grace. And I'm telling you, man, this stuff is just growing on its own, and it feels really. I'm so thankful,
Yeah.
Right.
It's just really good to just be able to do what I want to do and play music. I know you've heard this.
Well, it's kind of the same with us with the show too. I mean, like we literally, I don't know, a couple years ago, Vince, 3 years ago, maybe 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
We just started out doing phone calls, and then like little by little, like the whole grassroots thing, we're just trying to,
Oh yeah, no,
the community with this,
Yeah.
Oh no, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow huge. You guys, no, definitely, it's awesome. Yeah, no, that's why great. We're all helping each other out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean, because the music business doesn't afford artists marketing budgets.
Yeah.
So it's up. So there's a void there, and we're not out to make 10% off the bands. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
We're there to promote good music. You know what I mean?
Great. Yeah. We need guys like you. So keep up the good work, man. Seriously.
Absolutely.
It's awesome. But,
Absolutely,
So you said now I'd be the first guy to ever do a live thing. So I'm going to bring out my acoustic and do something here.
Absolutely.
Now I hope it actually goes through here. So I'm going to bring out just my acoustic a little bit here. So, I'll just do it some of the stuff you'll see on our tour. We're going to do some standard blues too and rock them out a little bit. Well, I woke up this morning, I think baby, sweep my broom. Well, now, this morning, I've got to sweep my broom. Oh, now my baby's gone and my best friend's got my room. I'm gonna write myself a letter. I've got to call everyone I know. Oh, write myself a letter. Call everyone I know. Oh, now she's here in Texas. She's in Chicago, I know. Now my baby's gone. I searched all around. I cried out loud, baby, please, come home. Come home. Oh, now my baby's gone. Yeah. My best friend's got my room. Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. Very nice.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Loads of fun.
That was awesome, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
So who are your big blues influences, man?
Pardon me?
Your big blues influences.
Oh, yeah. Oh, huge. Yeah. I started out with Led Zeppelin. They're to blame. And then, then I started.
Yeah.
And then I started, searching who they were influenced by. That's how it worked for a lot of people. They started working back,
Yep.
And then when I heard Buddy Guy and, I was like, come on. Oh my God. It's so great,
Yep.
Yeah, I just fell in love with the blues, just the raw emotion. I mean, how can you not like it? It's real.
Yeah.
Right.
It's from the gut, right?
Yep.
And even if it's poppy, like say Bonnie Raitt, I love that too.
Oh yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm a huge Bonnie Raitt fan. She's amazing,
Oh, monster. Yeah.
So
a lot of great blues players coming up. Local here, Ivy Ford. Have you ever heard of her? She's fantastic.
I'll have to check it out. No, I'm glad. Thanks for bringing it up. Yeah. No, I mean, there's so much great talent out there. That's why you kind of have to be a good business person too nowadays to just really get out there.
Sure.
Yeah.
You really do, and you have to take chances. I just said, I'm just going to go for it. Who cares?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Kind of like the whole Bam Magazine thing with the Journey. I was like, yeah, I'm going for it. Right? Which I got a hilarious story because I was playing a jam night. This was in San Jose, California, JJ's Blues Clubs back in the day. And some guys called me on stage. He goes, yeah, this guy, I just got done working the Journey Tubes thing. This guy goes, yeah, this is the real guy that did all the solos on the Journey albums. And I got up, I go, no, scratch out. I don't need that phone call.
Right.
Somebody actually said that. I'm like, so back then it was so funny how everything got twisted around.
Yeah.
You couldn't just search it and go, no, it's bullshit,
Right.
Or, you can, back then it was great to say, oh, hey, I'm huge in Japan. Like, really? Whoa. Now it's like, no, you're not.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, dude.
Which reminds me, speaking of San Jose, that reminds me of, can't think of his name right now. I can see him. Blues guy, just got a deal again. Chris Kane. Chris Kane. You ever heard of Chris Kane?
I don't think I'm familiar. No.
Oh, check out Chris Kane. Great blues player. Joe said he's one of the best guitar players. Him and Eric, of course,
Yeah.
And great player from San Jose. He just got signed to Alligator now.
That one, my Crown album was fucking amazing, man.
I listened to that so much. I literally just listen. Yeah. The solos between him and Joe, I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Seriously. And when Joe goes, when he does that little line, I'm like, come on. I mean, no. Yeah, seriously. Those guys are a treat to listen to. I know. Fan over here. I'm a fan.
I can't wait. They just he and Josh just produced Mike Zito's latest record. I can't wait to hear that one too.
Oh yeah, that'll be great. Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
He started Golf Records too, right? Isn't he got Golf Coast Dressers or something like that, Mike Zito? I think
maybe so. Yeah, could be. But he's awesome.
Oh yeah, all those guys are great. And I'm glad that they're out there a lot more now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that's what I'm saying. There's more of a market. And I think it's great. In fact, a lot of times, I remember Joanna Connor saying in an interview, she said, most of my crowd was 45 on up, which is, about normal for this kind of music. And then now it's college kids, she noticed,
Oh, right on. Yeah.
Yeah. And after my experience playing a college town in San Luis Obispo, it was wall-to-wall kids, 20, 25 is college range or, whatever it is. Yeah. And they were rocking out, and as soon as I did a Zepp song, they knew all the lyrics. So it never dies. Good rock never dies.
Right.
It is there.
Right.
So.
Yeah, people, say, oh, rock and roll is it? It's not dead. You just got to look for it, man.
No. Actually, Rick Beato just did a chart thing on one of his channels where he said, hip hop is going down and rock is coming up now. So it's a real thing. It's making it's always cyclical anyway, music.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm glad the fun's coming back because enough already with that.
Yeah.
Well, music to me is supposed to be, man, it's supposed to
We get it. We get it.
It's supposed to get you out of your hell, right? You're supposed to
escape. Yeah.
My God, I love it. That's what I mean. I think that's why we all got into music in the first place, right? Just
Yeah.
Sure.
it runs through your veins, you know. It's like, yeah.
It does.
Absolutely. the music goes right through your veins. Like I was telling Ringo Man back in Liverpool, you know. But yeah,
Absolutely.
oh, it's just an infection. And I was driving around today, and I was like, okay. When it bit me, I was 4 years old. We went to a family party,
Mm.
and some band was playing, and this is like in 1974 or 5, whatever. And they're playing "Taking Care of Business" by BTO.
Yeah.
Nice. Love
in
that.
the garage, and I thought they were the band on the radio
Yeah.
because I'm 4.
Yeah. What do you know?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
after that was the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Music
Well,
just whoop.
I mean, do you guys remember, back in those days too, like, you'd go to like a wedding, every wedding, there was a wedding band, it wasn't a DJ at that point. So it was like, you got to see real drums and,
Oh yeah.
and guitars and all that, so that was, probably laid the foundation for quite a few people too, in a weird way.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was going to bring up somebody and I totally forgot. I don't know. It happens. It goes like this. You go, oh, that's great. What? I forgot.
Right.
What the hell were we? See, I don't know. Somebody I was going to bring up. Frank Marino, because
yeah.
I wish a lot of people would bring. I mean, that guy.
Mahogany Rush. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. King B, that whole album, that live album.
Yeah.
Man. And it's so funny because I didn't realize it. And I listened to that album the other day and I go, oh, I kind of lifted some of those riffs.
Hey.
I didn't really, you're influenced by it.
They get in there.
Yeah, it's in there. I mean, I wore out records so much. It was like, remember records? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wink, wink, not a mean, not a mean.
Pardon me?
Wink, wink, not a mean, not a mean.
Well,
Monty Python, like, move along.
No, but I think that people are so used to squashed MP3s now, but I think there's going to be I'll bet you there's going to be a kind of a revolution on audio files being bigger and just kind of wanting some, when people get it. I mean, they have to hear it first. It's not available to most people now, right?
Right.
But once they do, they're going to be like, oh, I didn't know the guitar was way over there.
Yeah.
Here, So, yeah, I think that'll happen eventually. Because when people get into vinyl, they love it. They're like, oh my God, it sounds so good.
Yeah.
Because it is different. I mean, it does make a huge difference. It really does.
Yeah.
So my best friend,
go ahead.
So my best friend Paul was in town, right? And he starts getting into like audio components, right? He's like, oh, let's go to this place. And I've driven past this place for like 15, 20 years, whatever. I just thought it was like a car stereo place, right?
Yeah.
Dude, we go in there and they got vinyl going out, but like $200,000 stereo systems.
Yeah, Macintosh and all like the good stuff.
I was in the jazz on $80,000 pair of speakers, and I'm like, oh my God,
wow!
Like, I need to get rich right now.
Yeah, I know. Boy, if that is,
oh my God, I'm like, people actually spend, unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you know what the problem with that is, though, honestly, is you start hearing the imperfections also.
Right, yeah.
I never noticed that weird edit right there.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Especially on older albums than when it was, tape, because now you can see a lot, but
was that somebody farting in the background there?
Yes, it was.
I just saw something on what's that song Roxanne with Sting, what was the name of the band? Police. And I never noticed it before until someone brought up there. Someone sat on the piano or something. There's this big noise.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Sat on the piano.
Yeah, that's funny. I think that people are afraid to leave stuff now. I think sometimes that's the best part of it. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, mistakes are part of the magic, you know.
Well, it's all about the vibe. You know, it really is. Because I remember this story with the Rolling Stones. I forget which song it was, but they recorded a demo and it was on cassette. Yeah. And they tried to re-recreate it.
Re-record it.
Recreate.
Thank you very much, mate.
That's right, Dave. Recreate. Come on, mate. I said, come on.
But they tried to re-record it too as well and tried to create that vibe. They couldn't. Yeah. So what they did was they actually put out the demo of the cassette. So that's how important. That's how important the vibe was to the Stones.
Yeah.
You know. And so it's like it is a
bunch of stories like that. You just can't get it better than that performance.
Right.
No. Yeah, that happens all the time. Actually, you got to go with the one that works, and it's usually the third time you do it, or the first. You know what I mean? It's like it's the minute you start doing it over and over, it may be technically perfect, but it's it's just missing.
No,
you know what I mean?
No soul to it anymore.
Yeah, it's got leave the mistakes, man. It's worth leaving the mistakes because no one's going to notice it but you.
Right.
You know, I think it was Rob Zombie. I heard this story. He hated his guitar sound in his music. He couldn't stand it. He was like so pissed. And one day he was in a bar and he goes, "See, that's what I want my guitar to sound like," and it was his. So, that's the problem. Yeah, when you get too picky, it's insane. I went on a tone chase once, and it was a freaking nightmare. It's like it's always trying, and then you realize, God, the tone I had before was perfect.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, man, awesome.
Right on. So, who gave you your first guitar, or did you buy your first guitar?
Good question. I can't remember which one. I think my Stratocaster was first. That was given to me by my dad. It was a 64 Strat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's a nightmare story because I lost it in a pawn shop thing. Don't even bring it up. It's worth like 34 grand now, but it's not. Again, it's not the money. It's the sentiment. Anyway, so then my brother gave me his Gibson Les Paul. So that was kind of like the first one that, I took and started playing. Well, no, I played with the Strat too, everywhere. Yeah. So I guess it was the Stratocaster. Yeah.
Nice. Do you name your guitars?
No, because they're androgynous and I don't know what to call them. So
there you go.
I don't know. No, I don't. No. I do talk to him though, kindly.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Pardon me. Would you like to get dusted?
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, it's funny. As much as I love gear, I'm not a gear head, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be, oh yeah, that's a L7 II with this. I'm like, I don't freaking know. I just know it sounds good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
tools, right?
Tools,
so.
yeah. I did buy the and I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna give an endorsement with this because it's really that good in my opinion. I bought the Overrated Special that Joe put out.
Yeah.
And it's freaking phenomenal. I don't know what a Dumble sounds like because I don't have 100 grand.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But it adds this great mid-range roundness that's just perfect. Even if you have clean tone and you pump that and you want to do clean blues, it's beautiful. Then when you distort it, it gives a nice roundness. In fact, I used it on the record on was it on one of those days? I don't know if I used it on that one, but I definitely used it on my way back home. So yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it on there. Just go on way back home.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
That's DaveHelwig.com.
Right. And where? DaveHelwig.com.
Awesome.
Absolutely. All right. So where was this taken?
That, believe it or not, I don't even have an RV. I actually went to, I think it was somewhere in Reno, was this big hotel, and someone had their RV parked there, and I just took a picture.
Nice.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I need a prop,
Yeah.
Dude, I have a whole series of pictures when I was younger of like going up, like I had the key in the lock.
Yeah.
Of like really expensive cars, you know what I mean? Like, no, not my fucking
Nice. Well, that's like nowadays with the kids and the Lamborghinis and shit.
Yeah.
You're like, come on, you don't own that Ferrari. You know, they'll rent it for a day. They're doing they're doing their influencer. I made millions. Right. Yeah, really? You're selling your program? Okay.
Right.
That's what. No, that you know,
and that Papa Spouts is sponsoring me.
Well, that's another thing. I mean, musicians really have to be self-employed now, and it's like, I mean, they always were, just didn't really, you know, they had managers and rec. I mean, now it's like you kind of have to do a lot yourself. And when people go, "Oh, I want the freedom to do that," I just start laughing. I mean, you know how much work it takes.
Right.
Yeah, that's always funny.
The roller coaster of financial freaking, you know, feast and famine. And
I wish I could play make believe.
Yeah,
it's a lot. You know, that's what, and the reason why I brought that up is just I see those infomercials thinking, oh yeah, they don't show the guy making 2,000 calls and getting one client.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
It's like
the joys of am I going to eat today or not?
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Well, I think that it's either in your blood or not. I mean, I couldn't do anything. I mean, I wouldn't want to do anything else. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I could, but you know what? Like what? Own a coffee shop or something? I guess that'd be okay. Yeah. As long as I owned a company, I'd be okay with it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think I could work for anybody at this point in my life.
Yeah. I'm of that philosophy myself.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's just been self-employed for so long. You know, doing music. Thank God.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, people. You know, early on, like so. You know, we were working a lot in the business, all that stuff, and people. It was weird because they said they wanted to do something, but did they really? You know what I mean? And then when you start moving up, people are like, "Oh," like you were saying just a couple seconds ago. "Oh, I you know."
How's it go?
Oh, yeah. My Aunt Leona. But you know what I mean? I don't know. It's always weird to me. But anyway, what do I know? Nothing. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know about anything anymore. It's like people ask me questions. I used to give advice. Now I'm just like, just do your thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody has a bullet. If someone says this is the way you do it, don't listen to them. Run for the hills.
Oh, totally.
It's different for everybody. One guy made it just by. In fact, this is a great story. I mean, one guy took years, right? And one guy. Oh, I heard this story. I don't know if it's true. So don't put the false information thing out. What was that? Trace Adkins. I guess he was in it. Getting off a plane, and he's at a. When you get the luggage area, and some guy heard him talk, and he happened to be. Let me get this here. I don't know if that affects anything. It happened to be a record company executive. He goes, "Can you sing?" He goes, "Yeah," and signed him right there. I mean, seriously. Wow. If that's true, that's amazing.
Right.
But God bless it.
Right time.
That's a great story.
What's that?
That's a great story, though.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, if it isn't true, it is. It does. It does. I don't know how much battery life. I got 20% now. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
Because that's why I put the finger up there, because it said low thing. So if it cuts off, that's what happened, people. Sorry.
Not a problem. Yeah. So we got to wrap it up. We're hour and 3 anyway, so we've done well. Dave, thank you very much, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I look forward to meeting you in person. I hope that I tour through your area. You guys both live in different areas?
Yeah. Chicago and he.
I'm near Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Hopefully I get down to those areas. Cool. It'd be great to see you guys. Really will.
Absolutely. And like I said, hopefully come back on the show when you got, record gets done or you got a big doings,
I'd love to. I appreciate the offer.
Yeah.
Well, you've got the big to do in town. Come on.
You got to show we got a big to do.
Oh, look, it's Mr. Helwig's in town. Yeah.
Helwig?
Yeah, to your brother. Yeah. Yeah, man, totally. Love to hang out with you, Dave.
Me too. Look forward to it.
Welcome to the living room, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for my made up little studio set here. I did.
That's fantastic.
Before tell people the story about the tree behind you.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, because we talked about it earlier, huh? That I had people sign it because I did a benefit concert, and it's got Prairie Prince on there and Steen. Roger, is it Roger Steen from the Tubes? Yeah, Roger. And let's see, I think what's the bass player? Played with Ozzy. Oh my gosh.
Phil Susan.
Keep going.
Bob,
Rudy,
older.
Rudy what? Rudy
Rudy Sarza.
Rudy Sarza. It's got Rudy Sarza, Polo Jones. I don't know, a bunch of other people, but it was a lot of fun. It was a great benefit. And it was great to hook up with those guys again. Oh, and Tesla guy too. Oh no, he didn't sign it. I think he was gone before you got a chance to. But
Frank
he might.
Cannon.
Pardon me?
Was it Frank Cannon, the guitar player?
No, the drummer. Trey.
Oh, Troy. Yeah.
Troy. Yeah. Great guy too. Troy's another great guy and a great drummer too. So
yeah.
Right now,
nice.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you, Dave.
Well, thank you.
On the road.
Yeah. Good luck on the tour and
thank you.
Yeah, come back and hang out too if we don't see you before then. All right, buddy.
I'd love to. That'd be great, man.
All right, man. Everyone, have a great one. We'll see you on Monday.
Horns up.
On Monday Metal, Horns Up, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is Tunage, and we'll see you next week with Anthony Corder of Tora Tora. All right, we'll see you.
Have a good one.